A new contender for the best affordable exotic has emerged, and it's this Factor Aurelio supercar from the Philippines. With gorgeous exterior styling, a range of highly tunable powertrains, and a low price that'll knock your socks off, could the Aurelio be a better buy than other cheap exotics on the market? Or is it just another shoddy plastic replica? In today's video, we'll be taking a deep dive into the model, as well as the fascinating company behind it, to learn a little more about this new and unique supercar. The Factor Aurelio had humble beginnings. Work on the concept car began as early as 2008 and took 5 years of intense development to prepare for its debut in 2013. It's the brainchild of 21-year-old engineering student Kevin Factor, who worked on the car alongside his brother Brian and friend Brendan Aurelio. The company is based out of Laguna and proudly states that around 80% of the car's components are sourced locally from the Philippines. Today, the production team has grown to over a dozen, and the handmade supercar is nearly ready for production. The Factor Aurelio is assembled onto a custom tubular space frame that's ultra stiff, rigid, and ready to handle high top speeds. It uses a combination of custom handmade parts as well as suspension components taken from a Mitsubishi VR4 to keep the tires down on the road. Power is supplied by a Honda B16A engine taken from a 5th gen Honda Civic. It's been turbocharged with 10 pounds of boost to produce a little over 500 horsepower. And while that may not sound too impressive compared to today's exotic standards of thousands of horsepower, it should be plenty to power the lightweight Aurelio, which is said to weigh a little over 1,200 pounds before the body is installed. Rumor has it the Aurelio will also be offered with a Mitsubishi 4G63T inline 4-cylinder engine, tuned to have a similar output to the Honda motor. But again, being a custom-built exotic from a small manufacturer, there's also a lot of potential and room for one-off powertrains. Footage online shows a V6 powered Aurelio called the 350S running and driving, as well as a V8 model that's currently under construction. This car will be the epitome of Aurelio performance and is powered by a Corvette LT5 6.2-liter supercharged motor with over 750 horsepower, plus a sequentially paddle-shifted transmission for lightning fast shift speeds and acceleration. When completed, it should be one of the most powerful cars ever produced by a brand based in the Philippines, and it's been given a number of custom upgrades over the entry-level models as well. While performance for this new V8 model is still unknown, Aurelio says the Honda-powered model should be able to reach a top speed of 290 kilometers per hour, or roughly 180 miles per hour, as well as accelerate so lightning fast as to complete the quarter mile in less than 10 seconds. There are also a ton of videos floating around online that demonstrate this car's not only fantastic exhaust note from the variety of powertrains offered, but also showing off some pretty cool rear-wheel drive mid-engine donuts. As impressive as the performance of the Aurelio is, the exterior of the car is even more exciting to look at. It appears to be going fast even at a standstill, which is exactly what most exotic customers want. You're going to catch everyone's eye out on the road with this thing. It has a completely unique design, drawn by Brendan Aurelio and crafted out of handmade fiberglass reinforced plastic body panels. Unlike many other custom cars in the industry, the Aurelio isn't a simple replica or rip-off of a more popular brand, although it does integrate design elements that are similar to both Ferrari and Lamborghini, giving it that traditional Italian flair. It's given 18-inch aluminum rims from local Philippine brand Roto wheels, as well as some stylish scissor doors and custom taillights out back. There are a few areas of the car that look a bit rough, especially on the concept car, but in general, I'm a big fan of the design shown here. It has some of the most aggressive vents built into the rear fender, which are contrasted by the smooth body lines wrapping around the side. I particularly like the razor-thin accent lighting up front and the center-mounted exhaust in the back. It really does a great job of making this car unique and stand out. The side profile shows off some pretty sleek proportions, but I think the car looks best without the optional aero wing in back. To the uninitiated out there, the car enthusiasts who haven't heard of this model, it could easily be mistaken for a $1 million exotic, despite having a price tag of about the same as a new Toyota Camry. The interior design of the Aurelio is equally fascinating, with a simple yet polished and exotic design. Build quality is always a major concern when taking a look at the interior of a car that is so customized and from such a small, pretty new brand that doesn't have a ton of experience fitting the right panels and things on the inside of a car. But it appears the interior of this Philippine supercar is pretty well built, with its flat surfaces and carbon fiber accent pieces. The company offers a ton of upgrades, from the iPad-based rotating infotainment system to the F1-style steering integrated digital gauge system. The materials and tech can be picked out to match the customer's tastes, creating the perfect interior for everyone. 7 long years after the car's initial debut, Aurelio Concepts is still hard at work, refining the model lineup and building up the brand. It's always difficult to find up-to-date information on such niche manufacturers, but it appears they are very close to taking orders on the car and beginning production. The company says they have the ability to build around 10 to 20 cars per year. And while it may not be as polished or well built as traditional Italian exotics, the low price and exclusivity could make up for that to some buyers. Once again, the exact details remain fuzzy and are subject to change. But from my research, it appears the Aurelio is going to have a price tag of just 1.6 million Philippine pesos, which does sound like quite a lot at first. But once you convert it over to USD, it comes out to just a little over 33,000 US dollars, which is just incredible considering how exotic this car looks and the decent performance it brings. The car will likely be sold exclusively in the Philippines at first, which is just to avoid complications of legalizing, shipping, and registering the cars internationally. But if the company earns enough success, who knows? I think there are plenty of enthusiasts here in the States who would love to get their hands on such a good-looking and affordable supercar. What do you think of the Factor Aurelio? Is it the supercar bargain of the century or just another Ferrari wannabe? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And also, if you're interested in affordable exotics, kit cars, and all sorts of things like that, I have an entire playlist on the screen right now that you might want to check out if you're interested in that sort of thing. But as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button down below if you enjoyed it. It really helps support the channel and you'll be notified when I upload future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.